Hey, what's happening everybody? This is Royce from Pedal Metal. Welcome to my channel. Tonight's video is going to be reviewing this new AutoArt 1/18 scale Koenigsegg 1:1, and I'm pretty excited about this. This should be pretty freaking awesome. This will be a white glove event, of course, for me. And I had pre-ordered this a while back, and it came in a little sooner than I had realized it would come in. And I just got it the other day, so I am really excited to share this with you guys. I'll be opening at the same time as you guys are seeing it. It'll be the first time I'm seeing it as well. Now this one I had ordered in the full carbon, and so it'll be all black, so I'm pretty excited about that. Black with gold trim, I should say. But as we can see here, we're starting out the box. It's really nothing special about the box. You know, just the dead giveaway is the side here, and we will get started on unboxing this and get cracking with this. Actually, I probably don't need the gloves to start out here, but I did pre-open the flaps there with a tongue depressor. It's got all kinds of accoutrement papers here with it. Removal, it's talking about use a number 1 Phillips screwdriver to remove it. This is talking about fitting of the mirrors. This paper here says a detachable roof, which, excuse me, is hidden down inside of the clamshell. How to open and close the doors, opening of the bonnets, and then the wing. You can adjust the pitch of the wing, so it goes into that detail as well, which is pretty nice. Get my knife. So you want to be very careful with these. A lot of times you just want to make sure, especially with the resin models, you want to pull that clamshell straight up and out. Wow, this thing's wicked. All right, let me you can see a quick little view of it. Let me get this dismounted, and we will get it up on the turntable. We'll see here how we got, what, 4 screws, but there's no mirrors, as you can see. Pretty wicked though, evil looking in all black. So let me dismount and we'll be right back. All right, I had fitted the roof panel on. You drop it in like this and then down. So they do have instructions on how to perform that task without hopefully damaging anything. The mirrors here are in a little baggie and appear to be quite fragile. So I'm gonna try my best here to fit the mirrors without screwing anything up. And I don't know, it almost looks like, do they give you extras? It looks like they give you shorties, and oh, you give you, that's pretty freaking cool. This already is impressing me. You get four mirrors. So I guess if you damage or break them, and they even have a little carbon fiber weave on them. I don't know if my camera is probably not going to want to focus on that. Daddy needs a new camera. So if anyone wants to donate, that would be great. Let me get these. Well, we'll try. Let me put my little gloves on. But I don't know what I was going to say there. I'm really impressed already with what I'm seeing with this car, vehicle. It's not just any normal car, but this is really cool. So let's see, how hard is this going to be to fit the mirrors. I mean, you just have to push the stalks down into the holes, but I don't know. I don't know, I'm a little leery on that. That does not feel like it wants to go down in the, let me try another one of that left hand side. We'll try another one here. Maybe it'll fit a little easier than that first one. Wow, very, very delicate. I don't want to push real hard on that. I don't even know if I have it down the whole way in there, but very delicate, very nerve-wracking to say the least. Trying to, yeah, that one went right in. So what I'm going to do is not to press my luck, but I don't want to keep pressing on that and break them. It's probably, it's pretty obvious why they gave us extra mirrors there. I can see that already, but very cool. Great idea to provide extra mirrors. Let me bring the camera closer here. And they also give you, just like the other one I had, what was the last AutoArt I reviewed? That's bad, I don't even remember what it was now, but anyway, the other resin cast one, but they give you this little nice plastic bone tool shaped like a key that you can use to lift the panels, which is really nice. All right, now we have it up on the turntable, we can get a better look at this. This is an absolute masterpiece from AutoArt, in my opinion. Already just looking at it, this is, I can't see anyone else being able to duplicate this car as well as they have for the price point. This is mind-boggling, to say the least, what I've already seen, and I'm nearly speechless on how beautiful this car is in person. The only thing better, in my opinion, would be to have the real deal right here in my garage. But until that, then, which will never happen, but we can live through these 1/18 scale models and enjoy them and not have to worry about insurance and everything else and the cost of fuel and you know, all that stuff. But this thing is just, I wish everybody could see this thing in person. Let me turn it off. It is just mind-bogglingly awesome. If I can find my switch to turn it off. This is completely just sick. This rear wing does adjust, so you can move, you can adjust the pitch there of it, like so. It's just moves there, and it has a really nice feel to it. I don't know where to begin with this car. It's just so impressive that the specs alone on this thing, I did have to take a few notes. I don't narrate, I should say, over top of my videos. As some of you know, I often will make mistakes, and many of you, especially if certain couple of you, will correct me all the time. But I do not have the internet up in front of me. I jot down some notes, and this is pretty much on the fly when I do these videos. But this car in particular, I wanted to look up because I didn't know much about it. I knew about the Agera R. This is very similar, as the fact that it uses the 5-liter V8 twin turbo motor, 9:1 compression ratio from the Agera, similar, 26.1 pounds of boost. And what's cool about this motor is you can use the E85, you can use race fuel, street fuel in it. Pretty amazing. But the cool part of this thing is where the name come from, which I didn't realize, the 1:1, is because the car is 1,360 kilograms. This has a 1,341 horsepower, so it's supposed to be like 1 horsepower per kilogram, I guess. But in US, for us US guys, or North America, it's 2 pounds under 3,000 pounds. It's 2,998 pounds is what this vehicle weighs. What is insane about it is 0 to 249 miles an hour is 20 seconds. Now think about that for a little bit. I believe 0 to 60 is like 2.2 or 2.4 from what I read, but 0 to 249 miles an hour in 20 seconds flat. It's a 7-speed paddle shifters. It's absolutely mind-boggling. The braking on it is incredible. And this one does, I don't even know where to start with this car because it's so freaking impressive. Let's grab this little key. I have no idea if the front opens on this or not. Does it open, like which way does it open? Does it open, maybe it doesn't open at all. I don't know. Does the front open on this? I hate to jam that down in there, and it feels kind of, oh my God, it does open. I had no idea if the front opened on this thing. I seriously did not know, but I don't want to damage it. This thing is absolutely freaking incredible. We have a matte carbon fiber finish inside the front bonnet area as well, which I'm sorry, it's just not gonna, this is just not gonna show up very well on camera, and I apologize. You guys have got to see one of these in person. This thing is just cool, and the way they did the shock, the strut shocks for this is really impressive. They actually go in, the tube goes inside of another tube on each of those struts, the hydraulic struts here. It's just, it's mind-boggling. Let's close that up. That is just really neat. And I like the way it closes. It has a nice crisp dual clicking noise to it when you close it. The weave, the carbon weave on the front chin spoilers matches kind of like the inside the bonnet. This is, I don't know how they did this process on it, and I will try to get the camera up closer then. It is absolutely amazing. The real car has, let's see here, I had to do some conversions, but they're basically 400 millimeter front rotors. They're ceramic, which equals like 15.63 inch rotors in the front, and the backs are 380 millimeter rotors on the real car, not this one obviously, which equals basically 15 inches in diameter. Massive ceramic brake rotors. I don't have the caliper specs. I'd assume these are probably 8 piston in the front or something crazy, and 6 piston probably in the back. I'm sure there's something ridiculous. The detail on this thing is just, it has me absolutely just mystified. The carbon wheels look great. The center caps, everything on it. The hats on the rotors look good. The brake calipers look good, and they stay in place when you rotate the wheel and rotor. Amazing. A lot of cars can't duplicate that, or at least a lot of the manufacturers always screw that up. This logo looks nice too. I mean, this thing is just, look at the finish on this thing. They do offer a painted version, but I didn't want that. I held out and wanted the, when I pre-ordered this, I wanted the full carbon just because it's evil looking to me. And I'm not a real big fan of the pinstripes on it, but now that I'm looking at it in person, it works, you know, because it looks like air's kind of flowing through, and you can picture that. Speaking of airflow, we have metal etched, photo etched metal screens back in the vents back here for the radiators, and that is on both sides. We have metal mesh screens in the front here. I mean, this thing is absolutely just, I'm at a loss of words. I'm not sure how many adjectives I can really use. Here we have metal screen in the back, right here. Look at that, you can see through. We have this, I don't know if it's a titanium, as I assume is what this finish is supposed to represent around the exhaust tip there. The taillights look great. I mean, it all looks to me almost like real LEDs in there. Like you could just start this little car up if you shrunk yourself down and climb in it. I mean, this absolutely is the nicest auto art I've ever seen in person, bar none. And that last one I did, the Audi, I couldn't think of it earlier, the Audi Quattro was pretty darn impressive. But this thing, this is a must-have in any collection. Here, once again, we see the working struts. This actually goes up in the tube, those metal rods, just like the real struts on a real car. I'd assume this exhaust is supposed to be titanium finish. It looks real. We have brass clamps around the catalyst there. I assume that's the built-in catalyst of the exhaust. It's going to be hard to see this. This motor is going to be very, very difficult to see because everything is black up under there. But I will try my darndest to get some shots of the motor without dropping this on the floor. Now the suspension doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's all static, it appears. But this thing is just wow, 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 wow. I don't know. In my opinion, it doesn't get much better than this unless you start spending, you know, $500, $600, $700 for something. But this is just incredible. Appears to be real metal plates here for the heat. Not sure exactly. That's probably to protect the bumper there from heat. It looks like, to me, maybe it's just painted. That might just be painted in really nicely. But it almost looks like stainless steel. Drop that down. Third brake light is back. I love that. I love that the way they did the even the clicking noises is cool. Yeah, the third brake light appears to be right here. You can see it kind of at the end of my finger there. I believe that's what that red would be if you're, you know, behind it for safety. Now let's go ahead and open the doors up here. This is probably going to be tricky. Actually, let's pop the roof back off. I don't think I'm going to be able to. We'll get a hold of that and then pull straight up and out on a 45-degree angle. So I want to kind of go out with the door. Go out towards yourself as far as you can go and then up. And just be careful. That window's kind of fragile, but we do have cloth seat belts in there. Let's lift this one out, straight out and up, just like the real deal. Freaking amazing. We got metal hinges there for that door mechanism. This thing is just, I'm get my hand out of the way. This thing is just absolutely bonkers. I do not want to drop this. Whatever I do, I don't want to drop this. The details of the diamond weave and everything in the interior and the bucket seats, everything looks great. The armrest looks good. We have photo etched metal, what would you even call that, receptacle pieces there for the shoulder belts. They are metal. You can kind of see here at the end of my thumb there. The steering does work on this. Everybody asks me that all the time, but yes, the steering works on, not real well, but it does work. Now that the Audi worked actually really well. That the resin Audi I just reviewed last week. This thing is just freaking cool. I love, not to change the subject, but I love the way the carbon weave changes. These vents right here, they actually have it going a different direction. I don't know if it's picking up on video or not. There you can kind of see it. I mean, this thing is just freaking nuts. And there's a logo you can see between the seats there. And I apologize, my eyes are not as good as they used to be. But it says something there between the seats. And I will probably be able to see it post-editing. But we have gold piping on the seats. It says 1-to-1 on the dash. I'm not sure what that says between the seats there. Let me see if I can see what that says. It's a highlight, I'm sorry. I thought it said something between the seats there. It's like a highlight at the top of the carbon back here. I thought it said something really small there, but we'll try here. Let's try to see if we can close the doors. So you want to kind of bring it down and then go straight in. Well, that one closed there. It has a nice click to it when you get it closed, and obviously lining that gold pinstripe up, that helps a lot in aiding to line this door up, because I tell you what, it is quite scary putting these doors back. This one here, especially the passenger side, is kind of wonky. It's a little off compared to see how it wants to close. It wants to close kind of crooked. So you gotta go back out. Try this one more time, but just want to be very careful, but you gotta push a little bit though on it to get, yeah, I can't get that one to close. There. That one doesn't close real well, and you can see here now the pinstripe's not really matched up. Maybe it was like that before, but I feel like maybe I should have never even opened it, because now it's like not perfect. But I could probably try to mess with it then, but it is pretty wild though, to be able to duplicate some of these features that are on the real car. I'm looking at the dash too, like the middle between you guys might not be able to see it right there maybe. They actually have different weaves there on the dash. Different direction. Really cool. The glass is pretty darn thick. A lot of times these resin cars, they give you really flimsy, it's almost like packaging grade, crappy, clear plastic. This seems pretty durable, pretty thick. Interior details look good. The LCD screen looks good on the interior there in the middle. I'm just fascinated with this whole vehicle. This thing is just has me fascinated. And here's the underneath, which I'm not sure if I had shown that earlier. It's all flat bottom. So we will put the roof panel back on because I think that looks pretty cool. This is actually, oh, look at this. Look at the diamond pattern up underneath. And then it's got a clear window here. And then we have the scoop that leads back to the air box on the motor, which, believe it or not, that motor is 1,011 foot-pounds of twist. Can you believe that? How crazy is that motor? So you want to go to put the roof panel on. I'll get my big hand out of the way, but you want to go like about a 40-degree angle back. Just drop it down in place, and then you'll hear it click there. It'll click in place. Really freaking cool. These tires are, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, with the rims are obviously supposed to be carbon, and they look pretty darn good too. 19-inch in the front, and they were 20-inch rims in the back, and they're Michelin Cup 2 tires. Very, very sticky tires on these. 265 fronts and 345 rears. So that's your little data for the day. Nerdy Koenigsegg data. There's a little bit of touch of red. You have to really look here, but it's down in this loop, which is a tow hook, I'd assume. We got just a touch of red paint. It's going to be really hard to see. Right there, you can see through the front there, the nose. There's a touch of red highlighting that, so you would know where to put the tow rope if you get yourself in a gravel pit. But it's right down in the front. Really, really cool. This is another one that is now officially could be one of my favorites in my collection. I have quite a few 1/18 scale cars. This one is really, really well done. The execution of this and how they come up with all this to be able to to engineer it, to be able to get it to work properly, to get everything to snap together, is really, I'm fascinated by this one. This one here has me fascinated. Let's take one more look at the front here. This video is probably getting too long, but that's okay. I love the noises that this makes when everything pops open. It just reeks of quality. It really fascinating, and you got the way the A-arms and everything are down in there. I don't know. I think this is about the closest you're going to get to owning one of these cars, or getting up close to one of these, is via this scale model. I'm trying to see how they did the headlights. Kind of up in there. Pretty cool. But this one is well worth the money. Honestly, this will sell out fast, and I think this will be a good investment. And I normally don't speak about that, but some of these cars, if you ever need money, or you want to rotate your inventory, or you get bored with something, a lot of these AutoArt cars, when I've sold them, I've always sold them for 5-6 times the amount that I originally paid for them, and minimum 3 times the amount. It's just you can't go wrong with them. I don't think they make many in a run, and they sell out pretty darn fast. So if you want one of these, I highly recommend you look on eBay. I got a really good deal on the pre-order one of this, and I think the prices are not, maybe $10 more than what I paid pre-order, maybe a little more. Each day they're probably going to go up when the word gets out on how awesome this one is. So there you go. Hopefully you guys like that. That is one of the sickest 273 mile an hour cars I've ever reviewed on this channel. It's just an absolutely amazing masterpiece from AutoArt. I cannot stress that enough. I have nothing bad to say about it. I found nothing wrong. I mean, they even give you extra set of mirrors, and the mirrors as I bump this, the mirrors themselves even have a carbon pattern on there. Like I said, I just kind of have them loosely fitted on there, so I'll probably pop them back off. This thing is just crazy, and I don't know. So there you go. If you like this type of video, be sure to share, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. If you're not a subscriber, please, 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 please consider it. It's free. You can't beat free. And hit the bell for notifications. And I will see you guys next time. I think I'm losing my voice. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye now.